So props to Joey Bats, and let's bring in our latest slugger. He's almost back. There he is. Rowdy Tellez of the Milwaukee Brewers, or technically, would you like to introduce him with his current ball club?
The Nashville Sound. I don't even know what the name of the Nashville team is. What is
I think it's Sound. Do you know, Rowdy?
The Nashville Sounds.
Weren't they the
Do you know the origin?
I'm just gonna go with music probably because it's in Nashville.
Wow.
But I could be way off.
And you're still in Indy right now?
Yeah.
That is a glorious place to play.
It's actually a cool backdrop to hit against.
Now it is.
Cool.
After those trees grew in. Those trees used to be thin, like the top of your head.
Oh.
It was a long-term project.
That's a clean shave today, buddy, so it's not thin.
Yeah, he's on you today. What's that
That's
about?
thin.
It's a shave for the live stream. So how you doing, man? Thank you for giving us permission to ruin everyone's Friday by showing what you went through. Because also, I think it's important, Rowdy, when it's like, oh, it's a finger injury. Like, come on. And then you look at it and we blurred it out for our audience because YouTube would like put some weird thing on it. But I think we're going to put it on Twitter. Dude, I saw that pic and I was like, holy shit.
Wow.
Did that hurt?
Yeah, it was bad. I did it in the house that Todd Frazier built over there in Cincinnati.
Hey, that's on me, kid. I should have figured that out, the wall. That's on me.
Yeah, you built the stadium. And this is my fault. I tried to be an athlete. I went into the grass where I don't belong. And I was like standing up against the fence, and I went to kind of like jump to like catch the ball, and I put my hand up against the fence, and I put it into like in between the pads, and it came out, and it looked like Niagara Falls coming out of my finger. It was gross.
Now, when you put it in between the pads, like there wasn't any metal in there or anything. It's just the pad was too tight, and it like caught.
No, there was like metal in there for sure. There had to be like. I honestly, that's the only thing that could have happened because I didn't jump, I didn't do anything.
We know you didn't jump high.
Yeah, I didn't do anything athletic, so it was like I just found the crack in between the pads, and it got me good.
So did you see AJ? Did you see AJ when he came in town?
I did, and then we, of course, like me and him go at it all the time on the show, and then he shows up and he's walking around the clubhouse, and we have the same shoes on, so that just didn't help my cause.
That's
So
awesome.
then it didn't help my cause, and I was like trying to be a good guy because I don't know why. Again, trying to be out of character, and yeah, I saw him. So then he was just talking. Well, he just had to say what he wanted to say, and
you just had to wear it.
Yeah,
you just had to wear it.
You know, when you start spitting out facts, it's tough to really come back on those. You know, sometimes you just have to deal with it.
Let me guess. AJ goes, dude, what are you doing shagging fly balls?
Yeah, and then he goes, yeah, the fat guys like us. And I'm like, yeah, dude, I know. Like, I get it.
Hey, let me ask you this. The nail, did they have to take the nail off the finger? Like, is it fully off the hand now, the finger?
Oh, yeah, it's like all.
Let's see. We can't. Oh, yep.
Yeah,
Ooh.
they took it all the way off. They scalpeled it out of my finger.
And they said, will they say that grow back or no?
Well, I hope so.
No, I mean.
It's a nail.
No,
but sometimes when you get in there.
When you get it ripped like that, the part, my daughter had it done. She got her finger caught in the door in the perfect place and it ripped it up. They said, the guy's like, it should grow back. I'm like, should? I'm like, holy cow, no. And it eventually did grow back. The nail bed is like something not to mess with. They were talking about.
So I completely ripped my nail bed out with my fingernail. So they scalpeled out my fingernail and then sutured my nail bed back into my finger. So I had 10 internal stitches, like through the nail bed back into my finger, and then 8 going around the top of my finger to basically put the top of the nail bed back into my finger too. Yeah.
So basically, like you don't want, like you see all those like movies, spy movies, like somebody goes into imprisonment, goes into, and they're like, they start bringing the thing out where they start like, oh, they're gonna rip your nails out. Like I've always felt like, I'll tell you whatever. If you're gonna start ripping a nail out, you don't even need to rip one out. Whatever it is, I'm gonna just spill the beans. Are you in agreement with me now?
I am now. I thought I was gonna be like, Johnny Badass, but no. I'm gonna be Willie Wussy and just be like, hey man, that guy is over there in the corner. He's got a gun. He's right there.
Here's the passcode. We got
dude. Whatever you need, just come back to me later. I'll tell you more. No, it was bad because like I was running in from the outfield, and if you ever held those little hand things where you like flick it back and forth and it like makes a high five, makes a clapping sound.
Yeah,
that's what it felt like when I was running in from the outfield to our dugout. Was like my finger and fingernail were like clapping back and forth, like it was like.
How much
blood
was
inside,
on your?
I got inside and I was like, I had it under my shirt, so I hadn't even like. I looked at it and I was like, oh, that's not good. So I thought like maybe I just kind of like cut the top. But then I was running in and I was like, ooh, that's way more than just to cut it like the top of the finger. So then I sat down on the training table and pulled it out of my shirt, and it was bad. It was like someone like put a firecracker in my finger, so like everything was kind of popping out. And then I had shock for about 30 minutes, and then after that, it really hit. And I was like, okay. We were talking about doing something at the field. Then the doctor wasn't going to be there for another like 2 hours. And I was like, there's no shot. Like I can't sit here without pain medicine for a long time. So then they took me to the hospital, immediately gave me morphine, and I was happy. I felt so much better.
So much better. What trainer, when you're bleeding like that, and you know you're bleeding, you're kind of hiding it in your shirt, what trainer did you go to in there? Or was it just first come, first serve?
Well, the only one that was out there at the time was Scott Behringer. He's our head trainer. And he was like, I thought maybe you like jammed it in the wall and like maybe like fractured it or something like that, which I did fracture it, just not dislocation or anything like that. And then I took it out of my shirt and he was like, oh, we got to go. Yeah, he was like, it was gross.
So Scott was the guy. Do you think Jaeger? I don't think Jaeger could have handled that.
I think he could have because he was kind of looking at it.
Oh, he wanted to see it?
Yeah, he did. A couple of players wanted to come in and see what it looked like. And I was like, you guys, it's going to be gross. It's going to be disgusting. And it was. And some of the players couldn't handle it. But I was actually awake for when they put it all together. I was watching TV and listening to music when the surgeon was putting my finger back together. We listened to Johnny Cash radio.
Wow. Who was the most grossed out?
Who couldn't handle it?
Quinn Berry.
Oh, of course not. Yeah.
Yeah, the drama queen on our team. He's tough. Dak's tough, but good guy, good first base coach.
Hey, my question here, I'm going to change gears here now. I'm looking at this bobblehead coming out. It looks pretty good, I'll be honest with you. It's got similarities, but you got two dogs there. You got two dogs? Talk to me about the dogs, man. They look cute.
Yeah, I got two dogs.
Easy.
Both the dogs bobble, like their heads bobble, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, maybe.
Not positive, but it's definitely they look just like them, which they did a pretty good job.
What's their names?
The little brown one's Hogan. I adopted him during COVID season. When you got lonely being by yourself.
After Hulk. Okay.
Yeah. Well, because I lived in Tampa, so yeah, that was actually it.
No doubt.
And then the other one's Axel. He's half lab but half Aussie, so he's pretty cool. Got crazy blue eyes. He's a really cool dog. Really sweet. Hogan's more like he's like 4 years old now, 3 years old. He's like the 72-year-old grandpa that you're not allowed to walk on his lawn. Yells at you, bro. He's got the worst attitude I've ever seen. He's like angry all the time. Salty,
just angry.
Big salty guy. Yeah, so I adopted him from the Humane Society. So he went from no house to penthouse, and he's just thinks he's got it figured out. He's got the world figured out, but he's super salty. He doesn't get his way. He like complains. He'll roll over. He'll lay on his stomach. He's just kind of like me.
Can you talk to him? Like, will you say, dude, you have it all now, and this is how you're treating us?
Oh yeah, I tell him every time, I'm like, dude, we can go back to the streets. It's cool. he's either like the 72-year-old man that like can't walk on his lawn, or he's like, I mean, you guys got kids, and they go, oh, I hate you guys. I wish you weren't my family. And then, like your dad packs your bag and says, go for it, man. Go find a new one. He's like that too. Like complains. I'm like, dude, we can just go back to the streets. No, put him outside. Yeah, put him outside.
You ever open the door? Yeah, you ever open the door and you just let him out there?
Yeah, go for it, dude. He'll take one step outside and be like, "Oh, it's dirty. Can't."
That's your fault. That's not all dogs are the same. Their owner is the one
100%.
who. So, are you the one that's babying that thing?
Yes, it is me.
Yeah.
I will take full responsibility.
Good.
That is
good.
that
I like
is my
that.
fault. We used to go on when we would go hunting, and we would drive from Tampa to Texas or Tampa to Louisiana or anything. He would get real mad at me because if I didn't turn the seat warmer on after I put gas in the truck, or if we stopped for anything, he would walk around the front of my truck all over me while I'm driving and be like, "Oh, dude, sorry, I forgot. My bad." Turn the seat warmer on, 2 little spins, sit down, and wouldn't move. He's a trooper.
I will say you're right. They nailed the art. It looks really good. Like there it is.
Yep.
Sometimes the faces are caricatures or whatever. Like you look good there, Rowdy, and so do the pups. What do you think?
Yeah, it's a good look. I mean, they did a good job because Hogan's half basset and half lab, so his short little legs fit right in. I mean, they did a really good job on him.
I love your
Fraser's
shoes.
allergic to it,
Sorry.
but besides
Oh,
that,
man.
we're good.
Yeah, it's okay.
Hey,
He
you
just
got a
doesn't-
little
I won't get
got
you
a little-
one.
You got a little Jersey in you because your accent's pretty good.
No, I just played with a lot of guys that I like to mock. I'm kind of a smartass, so shocker.
Shocker. Yeah.
Yeah, but no, it was fun. Tom's River, dude. I know we played against each other. I don't know if you remember me. I was the fat one at first.
Oh, really? I didn't remember that. Sorry.
Yeah,
You guys have a little combo at first?
I'm sure we used to talk in spring training. For
Todd
the
was
games.
never in
Remember that?
AAA.
Yeah. Kratz, I don't want to. I'm trying to be a better guy this year. Today.
No, you're not.
Today, just today.
Just
No,
just
hey,
since his,
Rowdy,
I can tell
Rowdy,
since
get
his
ass.
finger.
Hey,
I can tell
get
since his
his
finger
ass.
got hurt. He's trying to I want to kind of lay low and I don't want to buy too much spread for the guys here while we're in Indy. I don't want to take everybody out to Morton's. I want to hear this new Rowdy. What's this new Rowdy stuff? Like what?
No, there's no new Rowdy. Just AJ's not here, so it's not like I can just cap on somebody the whole time. But no, we don't do Morton's here. We do Ruth Chris. That's what I got him.
Ooh, now we're talking.
Yeah, we're talking. We're playing a little ball. But I got him Ruth Chris. I got him some barbecue place. Got him Chick-fil-A, Chipotle. And I haven't decided what I'm going to do for the last day yet.
So we're gonna fact check this. All right. So this can't be like a Rowdy story. We're gonna fact check that you got all these things, but I want you to think for your next rehab assignment. Not this year. You're gonna stay healthy the rest of this year and hit 11 homers for the rest of the season. But that's just me calling it right now. Think about this: the Brewers pay for all the food right now in the minor leagues, right?
Mm-hmm.
So technically, you're helping out Mark Antanasio. Next time there's a rehab or any of your boys go in rehab, stop buying the boys food because the Brewers buy them food. Get the boys something nice. Maybe mix in some AirPods, maybe some J's, or maybe some Miguel Jordans.
Yeah, they actually dropped me, so that stinks.
Miguel Jordan.
Yeah, they did. But you make a good point because when I got here, I was fully anticipating buying a lot more food than what I was. And I started looking at their menu that they had already prepped out, and I was like, these guys eat really good.
Yeah.
They had P.F. Chang's. They had some other restaurants, not catering, restaurants bringing food. And I was like, dude, they eat really good.
Yep.
So then, I mean, you make a good point though. Now that I think about it, could just buy them all AirPods. Those. That's probably the best gift out right now for if you're a minor leaguer and you have to travel a lot, especially into the Midwest League, the Sally League, those leagues where you got to take 10, 12-hour bus rides. Those come in handy.
Or maybe a nice neck pillow or something.
Yeah, I mean, I still have time. Maybe I'll do that.
Yeah, be creative. Now, this is something I want to show everybody because you have to be in the minor leagues to appreciate something like this. Don't move your camera too much, but just tilt it away a little bit so we see the top of the dugout. This is only a minor league thing. And over a little bit. Other side. Right there. See that? That's rain drippage. Okay, you don't get that in a show. That's nasty. Just you're in a rain delay, or you're in like you're in a standard like rain downpour, but they're still playing because they're like, we got to get this in. There's 300 people in the stands, and that is dripping on you. In the show, you don't get that. So you're grinding right now. I appreciate you grinding.
Yeah, it's tough. I had a fan ask me yesterday, what's it like to be a minor leaguer? And I said, well, it's not that bad. It could be worse. And then he asked me, do I think I'm special because I can wear a one flap helmet? And I said, it makes me feel a little bit better. And then he goes, do you feel bad about yourself? And I said, why? And he goes, because you don't have hair.
This was a real combo
know,
with like
dude.
a rando fan, or is he like he's seen you do interviews and stuff, so he knew to bring it?
I don't know. He was like a random fan. It was definitely Thirsty Thursday yesterday with a doubleheader. So he was really
Dollar
feeling
beers.
himself. Yeah,
Did you
all
dish
19
anything
people
back?
that were here. No, I let him have his time to shine. But dude, there was some comments being thrown out definitely later in the game after more beers were consumed. It had me laughing really hard, and a lot of them crossed lines, but they weren't towards me, so wasn't
Like
too
what?
upset about it.
Like what? What was the best one that you can tell us?
One of my teammates was hitting, and he had swung and missed 3 times in a row, and some fan behind the on deck circle for the Indian side said, someone get him the chair from the Montgomery brawl, maybe he'll make contact. And I was a little far, but I thought it was funny. I didn't know if you guys have seen that video.
Haven't.
Yeah, there was like a big brawl in Montgomery. It was pretty racial. And
Oh, no.
Oh,
somebody
I think I did see that.
somebody grabbed the chair and started wailing on people and was
Oh, no.
connecting every time. So that was where that joke came from. So
Indy.
Oh, was that when they were on a boat or something?
yeah,
Right off
on the
the
dock.
boat?
On a
Yeah.
dock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was that was a monster fight.
Yeah.
They're not holding
Somebody asked me. So I'm wearing number 31. Somebody asked me how I picked my number, and I just kind of didn't say anything. And they were like, "Is that by how many donuts you've eaten?" And I was like,
Ooh,
"Good one,
wow.
not bad." I
a
have
tough
heard
crowd
something
out there.
very similar to that already. So
Indy's usually nice. Indy's usually like it's not like Rochester. Like Rochester, Buffalo, Syracuse, those people, whew, they get angry.
yeah, if you're
the winter's coming.
from the Northeast, it's just shitty. No offense, but they do.
It's all right. We're just doing a
Offense.
show in
Palms River,
Jersey
New
right
Jersey's not that bad. It's a great
Thank you.
place.
now. Woo! There you
They
go.
developed some serious athletes, so I'm super fond of that place.
Thank
Never
you.
been.
Brother.
Here's my
Sounds
thing,
cool.
though,
I'm doing
and
that
then
right
I do
now.
want to
as
ask
we
you about
speak.
some
I'm
Brewers trades.
texting.
Why is anyone heckling at a minor league game? Like, what are you worried about? Rowdy's rehab assignment? Like, what's
Oh,
the
dude.
problem?
I lined out, so I'm hitting leadoff. I've never hit leadoff in my life. So, of course, I'm getting a heater first pitch is what I thought. No, breaking ball.
Got him.
It was great. And so I took it and I was like kind of caught off guard. And somebody in the back goes, "You've never seen one of those? They don't have those there?" And I was like, "Okay." Then the next pitch he throws the heater and I hit it like 115 to second base, like line out, and I'm like, "Don't even leave the box." And some fat dude behind goes, "Oh, you can't exercise, you can't run, hot tubby." And I was like, "Hey man, they got mirrors here in Indianapolis, or what do we got?"
Oh, that's funny.
Wow, there's serious
Dude,
heat out there.
They were
We should
on
do
me.
a
I
segment on that.
Yeah, like popped out with a runner on first and like was kind of jogging down the line, and guy was like, "Good hard 90," and I'm like, "It's a foul ball."
Exactly.
Jeez, they're
And
harsh
you
out
can't
there.
comment back on all of them because then it's like, oh, that's that guy. But every once in a while,
Yeah,
you gotta give him the business.
Well,
no
you got
doubt.
your line.
yeah.
I've said
Well,
it
because if
before.
I say something back with 36 fans in the stands, everybody's gonna hear me, and then
True.
Yep.
when you do,
Yeah.
when there's like 36,000, then only the
You
6 that
seen
are
the
around
one
here.
where Machado bet his whole contract on them winning the World Series before the Dodgers or whatever it was?
Yeah.
What was
Oh,
that?
the guy came back. The guy wants his. He wants.
Yeah,
his
he wants. So he was on NXR. They were talking crap. He goes, well, about the Dodgers and him, or I forget.
In 19, he
Go
was
ahead,
right
what I'm
next
saying.
to the net, and he goes, "Hey, the Dodgers are going to win a World Series before the Padres will." And Machado turns. He goes, please. He goes, I'll bet my whole contract that the Padres will win way before the Dodgers do. And the dude
Dodgers
came
won.
back this year, and he goes, hey, Manny, you owe me $300 million, or should we put the extension on that too?
Oh, wow.
It was good.
Sometimes
It was
you gotta
good.
Yeah, it
be
was.
careful.
I mean, I hope he follows up on his bet. I really do.
I'm gonna say the under. I'm gonna say he's not
Yeah.
going
Take the
to,
under.
but I think he should do something cool for sure.
I agree. I think it'd be cool if he does something, like
Maybe AirPods. They're expensive.
Maybe
Expensive.
buy him a horse or something.
steak dinner.
Yeah.
That'd
in
be
San
cool.
Diego.
No,
No.
not doing that.
No.
All right. Hey, Rowdy, we haven't had you on in a minute, so I did want to ask you about the Brewers making some moves at the trade deadline. So specifically, I think it was 2 weeks ago, we had Corbin on, and he said he actually got confirmation from Matt Arnold in the front office that he wasn't getting traded. And we were like, oh, how? And he's like, kind of randomly, I don't know if you heard this, randomly ran into him or something. They were joking about like, oh, should we like acquire Arenado or Goldschmidt? And he was like, yeah, I would love that. And then he's like, but seriously, we're not trading you. Did you hear about all that? And I mean, I don't think that's very common, but I thought it was kind of cool.
No, I didn't. I mean, I knew he wasn't getting traded. He told me that, but I didn't hear how it came about. So I know I don't know. I know they talk. I didn't think he would get traded, especially with us in a playoff race. I was hoping he wouldn't get traded.
Yeah.
Going really well. So, but no, I mean, I liked our trades. Really good clubhouse guys. Really just, Santana's a very good veteran presence for us. Puts together really good at bats. So does Mark. Mark is definitely a fashion guy. I'll tell you that.
And a foodie.
Yeah, Major League Foodie, Big League Foodie. Sorry.
Yep, that's his account.
Yeah, he definitely is a big fashion guy. So, and we call him Prada Mark. He wears Prada shades in the field to play.
Okay.
Is that an
Prada
endorsement
Mark.
deal, or he just purchases
I don't know.
on his own?
I think he does it on his own. He's got like a couple pairs of them that he'll wear out there.
And then you got Chafin too to get Bryce Harper when you're facing the Phils in the playoffs.
Hey, that guy. He lives in a trailer during the
No,
season.
he doesn't.
Yeah.
Is this a Rowdy story or is this true story?
No. This is like a real thing. I found this out and I thought it was pretty cool. Like, he lives in a trailer, like a show trailer. Like, it's really nice.
Like a double wide.
No. Like, he tows it with a truck.
Oh.
So he has that
like a
right
camper.
now in Milwaukee.
Yeah.
That's his home.
It was getting sent there when I was coming to Indianapolis. So when I get back, definitely will be there, and I want to see it.
Wow.
We need pics and videos of this.
Well,
Yeah,
we're gonna have
because-
to bring him on. Why though? I mean, I'm all about it. Those things are awesome.
I don't-
But like, he doesn't want a home too, like an apartment or something.
So I've talked to him a little bit. He's a big outdoor guy. He has like a farm, runs heavier equipment. That's like what he loves to do. We were talking about hunting, and he was like, yeah, kind of, but I like to run the heavy equipment. So like, I'd much rather do all the hard work and then hunt. But Wade Miley played with him and said that's where he told me that he lives in a trailer, drives like a big dually truck. He said he's just basically like a hillbilly. He's got the hair. He's got the mustache. He's got the best. I mess with him and say he's got a perm because his hair is really curly. So I was like, he's got the best perm out there for any hillbilly I've ever seen. But he's a really good dude. I mean, I like him.
I Googled it to see if it was breaking news, but it's been covered.
Okay.
There's articles about it, but I like it.
I do
I
like
only
it.
make up really good stories about Murph and AJ.
All right. Well, AJ's back with you next time, dude. When are you
Good.
coming back? Like, when are you back in the bigs? What's the timetable?
I don't know yet. I'll have to ask the fans tonight what they think if I'm allowed to go back. They tell me what I can and can't do, but I don't know yet. I haven't played in 7 weeks, so just trying to get the bearings back. Feel good. Finger feels really good, so that's good. But I'm just happy to be back. Happy to be playing. So it's good to just be out on the field and sweat a little bit playing instead of just walking up the stairs.
Yeah, it's good to see you, dude. We missed having you on, and I mean, clearly, I'm concerned for you at this point because I think you're making such a presence there that might have minor league fans being like, "No, don't take him away from us. He's our favorite. He acknowledges us. He looked at me."
Yeah. I am staying at the hotel across from the field, and a guy stopped me and took a picture with me. I don't know, like the hotel that the team's staying in right now is connected to the one that I'm staying in, and a guy stopped me, and he said, "I loved you when you played on the Blue Jays." I said, "Oh, okay, cool." He goes, "Yeah, I remember when you were here." He goes, "My kid's a big fan." I was like, "Oh, nice." Had a little conversation. I was waiting for my Starbucks, and then he goes, "Do you mind coming back to the room and signing something for me?" And I said, "Absolutely not. I will not do that."
Coming back to the room, what
Yes,
is going
I love
on?
that.
Sometimes
Yeah.
I ask players, Rowdy, like, "Hey, have you had any weird fan interactions lately?" And they're like, "No." And you've got like 30.
Yeah, you know what? I think it's the gut. I really do. I think they
Smile.
makes them feel normal that I'm kind of like them. But
You're approachable.
yeah, very approachable. But
Come back to the room, like, have a feel.
No.
yeah, hey,
At the
yeah.
very
Can you come
least,
back
like,
to the
hey,
room and sign something? I was like, no, dude, absolutely not. Matter of
first of
fact,
all,
I'm gonna grab my coffee and I'm just not gonna look at you the rest of the time. And I'm gonna walk away.
first of all, that's weird and creepy to a random person. Hey, come to my room. Second of all, it's kind of like, hey, you're talking to a big leaguer who clearly, has a game going on. Oh, hey, like, can you just start screwing up your schedule and come to my room? Like, how about at the very least, like, oh my gosh, I'm excited to see you. I want something signed. Can you wait here for 2 minutes? I'm going to sprint up and get something. Like, that's
Even
what a
yeah,
normal human would do that really needs
he
an
would have
autograph.
said that. I would have gladly said yeah and then walked away and just left him kind of hanging. But that would have been way better.
Well, good, dude. I'm glad you didn't get abducted.
Yes.
Stranger danger. You say no to strangers. You nailed it, dude. You still got
Yeah.
it. Okay.
But if he had candy, maybe. I don't know. Or
And
puppies.
puppies.
Big dog time. Big dog time.
True.
Big
true.
dog guy.
Hey, dude. Great catching up. We'll talk to you in a few weeks. All right. Keep doing your thing, and also like be safe out there for real.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's some real weird guys out there. So I will definitely have a whistle with me.
We're basically always on streaming, so if there's a problem, you know the number, just hit us and we'll bring you right back on the show. So you could be like, "Oh, sorry, I got to do a show." Hey,
Yeah.
like when you're like, "Oh, I'm walking in a weird
You
area,
know
I got to
what's
call someone."
crazy? It's as I don't know about you guys, but it's always the creepy old dudes or like just dudes in general that come after me. And just one time, I want a girl just be like, "Hey, come back to my room and sign something." Be like, you know what? Maybe. But it never works that way.
I'm flattered, but yeah, no,
Yeah.
no. You've got a type that really wants to
Yeah.
talk to you and get
Yep.
your autograph in a weird way,
You know
dude.
what?
That's your
It's
people.
weird.
One day,
Yeah.
one day. I mean, I will say this because I know obviously Rowdy is technically kind of the nickname too, but you need something like Big Sexy or something like that. Wasn't
That was Bartolo. I'm not going to
Yeah.
take his.
I know that. I'm saying something like that could help your cause.
This is the second person that Scott's trying to come up with a nickname for this week. So
Yes.
don't feel like he's going to give it to you. He doesn't have any. He just wants you to have a nickname.
Exactly. Well, Rowdy, we'll work on it, dude. Go do your thing. We'll grab you again soon. All right.
All right, Ryan Braun. I'll see you.
Nice. Later, dude.
He was on one.
Nice. Hey, that was very, very timely too. Brewers related. There we go. Right into it.